What if the secret to staying strong, flexible, and pain-free for decades isn't a magic pill, a complicated supplement, or even a brutal gym workout? Today, we're talking about reclaiming a single, fundamental human movement, the deep squat. This is the anti-aging tool that can seriously slow down your body's clock and protect your joints. Let's be real for a second. The common belief is that getting older means a slow, downhill slide. You make that old person groaning sound getting off the couch. Your knees start to click and pop. Mobility loss, chronic joint pain, and stiffness are just a normal part of aging. But what if I told you that's completely wrong? What if most of this age-related decline isn't about your age at all, but about your environment? I've analyzed the science of human movement, and the data proves that a lot of what we dread losing isn't age, it's disuse. We've let our modern, chair-obsessed lifestyle steal the most important, primal position our bodies were built for. I'm going to break down the proven science behind it. I will show you how mastering this one movement can unlock your body's factory-setting mobility, lubricate your joints, and keep you functionally independent for life. This feeling is real. It starts small. You notice you can't just drop down to tie your shoes or play with your kids on the floor like you used to. That's not in your head. As we age, our bodies change. Our muscles can shrink, which is a process called sarcopenia. Our bones can get less dense, and the cartilage that cushions our joints starts to wear thin. All our connective tissues lose some of their stretch, making us feel stiff. It's the perfect storm for chronic pain, not being able to move well, and losing that functional independence we all dread losing. We're always told this is just a normal part of aging. But what if it's not? What if a lot of this decline isn't about your age, but about your environment? It limits our natural range of motion and lets the machinery of our hips, knees, and ankles get rusty. When we stop moving our joints through their full, intended range, they literally start to waste away. Synovial fluid, which is your body's natural joint lubricant, doesn't get circulated, leading to stiffness and cartilage breakdown. The small stabilizing muscles around your joints get weak, leaving them wide open to injury. Is the real reason for so much age-related pain. It's not aging, it's disuse. The good news? What was lost to disuse can be reclaimed with practice. But if you get one thing wrong in the setup, the deep squat can actually make your knees hurt. We'll show you the crucial safety tip for your setup, which is easier than you think, when we get to the practical guide later in the video. This brings us to our hero, the deep squat. I want you to completely reframe how you think about this. It's not just some brutal gym exercise. It's your body's factory-setting resting position. Just watch any toddler. They can drop into a perfect, heels-down deep squat and play for hours, totally relaxed. In many cultures around the world, this is still how people rest, work, and hang out. It's as natural to the human body as walking. Some populations who habitually squat often experience fewer issues with lower back pain and maintain impressive hip and ankle mobility into old age. This contrast is notable because many in the Western world commonly lose such mobility as early as their 40s. We've traded this fundamental human posture for the convenience of a chair, and our bodies are footing the bill. And wait until you hear the secret to why a deep squat is safer for your critical ACL ligament than a partial squat. That evidence is coming up when we debunk the biggest knee myth later on. Reclaiming the deep squat is like finding the key that unlocks your body's natural mobility. It's you telling your body that you refuse to accept stiffness and decline as your fate. You're reintroducing your joints to their full, glorious range of motion, reminding them what they were built for. This isn't about adding some new, complicated exercise to your life. It's about remembering a movement that's already written in your DNA. So, what's actually happening inside your body when you do a deep squat? The anti-aging magic is all about how it affects your joints. Think of your joints like the hinges on a door. If you only ever open that door a few inches, the rest of the hinge is going to get stiff and rusty. But if you swing it wide open regularly, it stays greased up and moves smoothly. Deep squats do exactly that for your hips, knees, and ankles. The movement forces the circulation of that synovial fluid, a nutrient-rich goo that lubricates the joint and nourishes your cartilage. Healthy cartilage is essential for smooth, pain-free movement. Regularly moving your joints, often described as motion is lotion, is an excellent way to protect against degenerative problems like osteoarthritis. On top of that, a deep squat spreads pressure more evenly across the entire joint surface, unlike a partial squat. This helps keep the whole joint healthy. The move also demands, and therefore improves, flexibility in your hips, knees, and ankles. As we get older, stiffness in the ankles and hips is a primary cause of messed up movement patterns that lead to knee and back pain. By practicing deep squats, you are actively fighting that process, holding onto the suppleness that is a trademark of a youthful, resilient body. While mobility is key, strength is the other side of that longevity coin. Strong muscles aren't just for looks, they're your body's functional armor. They protect your joints, power your movement, and are a huge predictor of your overall health and lifespan. And the deep squat is arguably one of the best ways to build this armor. When you perform a deep squat, you fire up a massive network of muscles: your quads, hamstrings, glutes, and calves. But it doesn't stop there. To stay upright and balanced, you have to seriously engage your core and all the little stabilizer muscles along your spine. It's a full-body workout disguised as a leg exercise. Here's the kicker. Research shows that deep squats build more strength and muscle, especially in the glutes, compared to partial squats. Going through that full range of motion recruits more muscle fibers, and your glutes are the biggest and most powerful muscles you have. Strong glutes are critical for everything from walking with power to protecting your lower back. This muscle strength gives your joints crucial support. A lot of age-related knee pain isn't actually a knee problem. It's a weak muscle problem. By strengthening the muscles around the knee, you create a natural, dynamic brace for it, making it more stable and less likely to get injured. This strength is crucial for functional independence, allowing you to confidently get up from a chair and climb stairs. It is the power that lets you carry your own groceries for decades to come. If you're finding this useful and are starting to look at the squat in a whole new way, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel and means more people can find this awesome anti-aging tool. Alright, let's get practical. How do you do this thing correctly and safely? Remember, the goal here is progress, not perfection. Most of us have lost the mobility to do a perfect deep squat right away, and that's totally fine. The key is to start where you are and work your way down. Here is the setup. Start with your feet about shoulder width apart, maybe a little wider. Point your toes straight ahead or slightly out, whatever feels most natural for your hips. You can hold your arms out in front of you for balance. During the descent, start the movement by pushing your hips back, like you're about to sit in a chair that's just a little too far behind you. This is the crucial first move. Don't start by just bending your knees forward. Keep your chest up and your spine pretty straight. Go down as far as you can while keeping your heels flat on the floor. This part is non-negotiable. If your heels lift, you've gone too far for your current ankle mobility. The ultimate goal is to get your hips below your knees, so your hamstrings are resting on your calves. But seriously, it might take weeks or months to get there. Be patient with yourself. If you can't go deep without your heels lifting or feeling like you'll fall over, here are some great modifications. Hold on to a sturdy chair, a doorknob, or a countertop for balance. This lets you focus on the movement pattern without being afraid of tipping over. Put a small book or a thin weight plate under your heels. This makes up for tight ankles and often lets you squat much deeper right away, giving your body a feel for the full range of motion. Practice squatting down until you just tap your butt on a chair, then stand back up without using your hands. As you get stronger, use a lower and lower surface. Try to practice this every single day. You can build it into your routine by just resting in the bottom position for 10-20 seconds at a time, trying to get a few minutes in throughout the day. We have to talk about the elephant in the room, the decades-old myth that deep squats will wreck your knees. Stay tuned, because the evidence I'm about to show you is the exact opposite of what you've always been told. This idea, which came from some flawed research back in the 1960s, has been completely debunked. Modern scientific reviews have concluded that deep squats are a safe exercise that can be part of a training program without risk, as long as you use good form. In fact, the evidence shows the exact opposite of the myth is true. Deep squats can actually protect your knees. Here's why. The forces on your critical ACL ligament actually peak in a partial squat and then decrease as you go deeper. The contact your hamstrings make with your calves at the very bottom of a deep squat also helps reduce the compressive forces on the knee joint. By strengthening all the muscles, ligaments, and tendons around the knee, you're making the whole structure tougher and more resilient. Of course, if you have a pre-existing injury or pain, always listen to your body and only work in a pain-free range. But for healthy knees, there's no scientific reason to believe deep squatting is dangerous. The danger isn't in the movement, it's in bad form or trying to do too much, too soon. The deep squat is so much more than just a leg exercise. It's a fundamental tool for a long and healthy life. It's a powerful way to lubricate your joints, build protective muscle, and keep you moving freely for a lifetime. The deep squat is far more than just a leg exercise. It is a fundamental tool for a long and healthy life. It offers a powerful way to lubricate your joints, build protective muscle, and keep you moving freely for a lifetime. Don't worry about a perfect squat tomorrow. Just start. Use a chair for support. Put a book under your heels. Hold onto a wall. Just spend a few minutes each day playing with it. Your body will remember. Your joints will thank you. And your future self will definitely thank you. Have you tried adding deep squats to your daily routine? What have you noticed? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story might be the thing that inspires someone else to start. And if you want more science-backed strategies to help you move better and live younger, make sure to watch our next video and learn what happens to your body when you squat every day. Thanks for watching.